Hello, thank you for joining me again. This is volume two of Messages from Maya, and today I want to talk about something that's really, really dear to me. So, excuse me if I kind of go off a little bit, ramble a little bit, because I want to try to cover everything in a short period of time. And today's message is respect yourself. Um, I have to say that I'm starting to see where the girls are having problems with the way guys approach them or whatever. First and foremost, you have a choice. You know, you do not have to answer back. I know for myself, when someone hits me up with, "What's up, mom? What's up, babe?" I don't have to answer that. "Hello, how are you?" Starts the conversation. Their motives I have no control over, only what I do. If I engage in this type of thing and I allow them to enter into me, into my mind, then I'm not respecting myself for what I want, you know. And I must admit, being an ex porn star and an ex sex worker, I used to do it. No joke. I used to actually do it, and I enjoyed the attention. But the attention is not worth the pain that it caused. Um, Finding myself, it's like the old saying, 1,000 people want to sleep with me, but not one will stay the night. That gets to be a really lonely feeling. And when you figure out that all these people want from you is their own sick fantasy and they will use you for that, it makes you stronger to say no. Um, an older queen told me years ago, "You think you're young and you're beautiful, and they just want you because you're so fishy and so real. Tell you what you do. Next time one approaches you in the club, tell them no, and so watch what happens. And be adamant of the no. And just watch what he does." So I figured, okay, I'll try that. I did, and you know what happened? He went from Enid, mean it, mine it, to Mo till he got what he wanted. It wasn't me. It really wasn't even about me. It was about him getting what he needed, what he wanted at that moment. Anyone would have done. So it wasn't me in particular. There was nothing special about me. There was nothing wonderful about me. And that was a rude awakening for me, to realize that. But at the same time, it taught me to respect myself, and to care of myself. Yes, I love low cut blouses. I love looking good. I do that for me. I don't do it for male attention. I do it so when I look in the mirror, I am comfortable. I got breasts because I wanted my body to match my mind. I didn't get breasts to attract men. I didn't take all these hormones to attract men. I was screwing men when I was in junior high school, with a high top fade and a tank top on. So it wasn't about me. It was about me being comfortable in me, with me. I respect myself that much. When people around me told me, "Oh, you think you real? Oh, you ain't real, Miss Thing. You wearing them titty pads and them hip pads all the time like you real." It wasn't about trying to be real. I have never, ever, ever, ever played a game of "I'm real," and I know I'm not a woman, and I don't need to play act being a woman. I don't. I respect myself enough and other people around me, because respect is earned. That if a guy approaches me, if it's weather conversation, "Hello, how are you? Good. Do you know what time the bus is coming? Or have you ever tried this in a grocery store?" I have the conversation. I don't need to expose myself. But if I know that this guy walked up to me and goes, "Hey, mama, what's up? Damn, you looking sexy." Eric! Stop right there, boo boo. Let me explain something to you. This ain't a Jerry Springer episode. I am a trader. I'm not really officially yet a woman. And you would be surprised at the guys who tell me, "Damn, that's what's up," you know. And I respect you for that. I get nothing but respect when I'm honest. I don't have those problems. I am friends with dope dealers. I have friends with thugs, and they all treat me just like they would anybody else. I don't have that issue because I made it their choice. Now, true enough, some of them have turned the tables and came back like, I'm some goddamn science project. I always wanted to try that. But will you try on shoes? You don't try me. I'm not here for you to try. And some of them go about their business. Others respect me even more for that. Because that's something to deal with. And I respect the fact that sometimes they get caught up in the after. Even after they know, they still see me carry myself as a woman. I do things that, to me, I am a trophy wife. I cook, I clean, my house is beautiful. I keep myself up at 41 years old, and I think that's the thing that they see is, okay, that's just like a real girl. So you're not attracted to me in that male sense. So therefore, you start to feel laid back and easy, and then comes that other shit. So I have to be respecting myself enough that the friendship that I have developed with them is more than one night. Because what happens after that, as you all know, is they change. They are now hiding because they don't know if you're going to say something. Who knows who's going to find out? And all that stuff that they're dealing with, which really is not my fault or yours, but they're dealing with their own demons. And I'd rather keep you as a friend and have your respect than to have you treat me some other kind of way and push me to that point where I do put your business out there and I hate your guts. So I don't put myself in those positions. Now, another form of self-respect that I'm talking about is if you decide or you wake up or you've been having these feelings that you are possibly a woman or man trapped inside of the wrong body and you want to transition. Transition means to go forward. Transition means to change, you know, and you can't really demand respect from people when you're switching from Tiara to Tyrone and expecting your pronouns to switch too. When you're putting yourself before what you are, you're going into, that's like me going into a redneck bar. I'm black and I'm a tranny. I'm looking for trouble. You can't talk me into going there. A public restaurant, I have just as much right to be here as anybody else. So therefore, I do that. But I'm not going to put myself in a position where I can be A, disrespected, harmed, beaten, abused, or bullied. I'm not going to put myself in that position because of the fact that I think, oh, I am so real, and unpliable. No, it doesn't have to be that way, sweetheart. Be comfortable where you're at. You shouldn't have a fear of where you're going. Now, the second thing on respect is respect others. If you want it, give it to others. There's so much judgmentation, so much humiliation, so much just total disregard for another human being's feelings in word and deed. You know, I myself, I see gay people every day. And I know, trust me, I got a gay red all out of this world. And I'll say hello, and they'll look at me up and down. And it's kind of like, do you realize it bothers me? But then, um, Pride Fest, we all hooked up and we're all together and we're gonna love each other and this, that, and the other thing. Mm. If you decided to live this life, you put yourself into the LBGT community, put yourself into it, sweetheart. You don't get to pick and choose because now you're asking for something from society that you're not willing to give yourself. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm very respectful. The only way you'll get anything other than a smile or a nod from me is if you touch me. You can call me a faggot. I don't care. Because I know who I am. I know what I am. And I am true to myself, darling. I don't lie to myself. So when somebody holler, oh, that's that Bruce Jenner shit, I'm proud. Because now you know. where I come from. You may not know me. You may not respect me. That's not my business. It's not. What I know is I know who I am and what I am, and nothing you say. It's like if somebody call you a duck. Are you a duck? You got feathers? You got a bill? No, it doesn't bother you. But for some reason, we have allowed words and labels to distinguish who we are, to let words and labels totally tear up our whole frame of mind. You know, people now hollering about, I don't want to be a she-male. I don't want to be called a tranny. That is degrading. Hmm, really? I'm just glad when they say a she-male, at least they know what the hell I'm trying to achieve. If they say faggot, maybe that's the only thing they got to base what I am on. Because in a heterosexual life, when do they run across somebody like me? When do they get to ask the questions that they need to know? When do they learn to respect that? Because they see on Jerry Springer that all trainers do is play games. And there are some that do in the world. So therefore, we have a bad stigma already ahead of us going into the world. So why make it worse? You don't want to do that, boo boo. You don't want to do that. And I get to a point where I get so fed up in the little transsexual groups because if it's not sex based, then it's based on your not even perception, but your story. That's your story, boo boo. And having the things that happen to you. I can't understand. Well, I don't say I can't understand. I have the utmost respect for someone who has came out young, found their truth, and lived in their truth. Because that's a hard thing to do, as we all see. So many people come out after 40, after wives, after kids. So now you've got not only your stuff to deal with, but you've got their stuff to deal with. And that's got to be really, really hard to do. You gain some respect. You may not want to be a, they may not want you around. They may cut you off completely. So, my thing is to the younger people that are coming out, you're doing just the right thing. Because you know, the average tranny knows something is different and something is wrong between 7 and 10, let's say. You don't just wake up at 40 and figure this shit out. And unlike when I first came out, because I actually thought I was a drag queen, because that's all I was exposed to, who were doing the things that I was doing. So therefore, I thought I was a drag queen. But then I noticed that I didn't change out of my stuff. They did. I didn't want to change out of my stuff. I was quite happy, you know. And I was going to a psychiatrist at this time, and I saw the word transsexual. Well, unfortunately, all this media stuff and all the training coverage had not yet begun, and the only thing I could find on that was the story of Christine Jurgens. And believe it or not, that became my truth. That became my life. And then to watch her evolve through this book and to become, after many surgeries, not like today where you have one, the woman that she was, gave me hope. You know, I can fix this. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just who I am. So therefore, I stand proud in who I am daily, daily, and I have no problem with that because I respect myself too much to live a lie. I'm not going to live a lie because what's wrong with me? I don't care how society views me. I only care when I look in the mirror, I feel good about me. I have that self respect. I have that self love. For years, I showered in my pants because I didn't even want to see that part of my anatomy. I did. What? I had sex and it was like, oh, don't touch me there. I don't want you to see that. I ain't got time for that no more. I don't. I'd rather you know what I am and appreciate me for what I am than to have to worry about you seeing a part of me that's going to disgust you. You should love every part of me just as much as I do, And no women, no ladies, you are just as good as the average woman. You're no better, you're no worse. Here's the hit. The same problems that we are going through in the dating world, trust me, Real women have them too. I was so stuck at some point in my life on what they do to me, and this is happening to me because I'm a tranny, and the only man I'll ever have will be a thug or someone who's been to prison. I believed all of the hype that was fed to me. And guess what? It wasn't until I was in my 30s that I realized that's not true. There are men who will take us on dates. There are men who are capable of loving us just the way we are. And that's something that's beautiful and wonderful. I've been in several relationships where I was loved. I can honestly say I was loved for who I am, you know, and that's a wonderful feeling. But I don't think that that would ever happen if I had first realized who I was and come to love myself and not the lie. I'm not going to love that lie because that's disrespecting myself. If I think something is wrong with me, how can I tell you to accept me? How can I tell you to respect me when I believe in the back of my mind that what I'm doing is wrong, that I have to lie about who I am and what I am? No, that's just my belief. And so all I can say, ladies, is respect yourself. Be proud of you. You're the best you can be, darling. And don't compare yourself to anyone because your story is your story. You live that life. Like I said in the last video, when you come home and you're alone with you, you have to know how to love you. You have to know how to respect you. You have to know how to be a better person on a daily basis. And that's all that really matters is that yesterday is a memory and today is a better day. I love you all. Thanks for listening.